Good morning, everyone. Our assembly is a tribute to our former late Prime Minister, Shri Atal Bihari Vajpayee. Atal Bihari Vajpayee, a former veteran Indian politician, was the 10th Prime Minister of India. His prime ministerial tenure includes of 3 non-consecutive terms, the first for 13 years, from 16th of May 1996 to 28th of May 1996. The second for 13 months, from 19th of March 1998 to 26th of April 1999, and the third for 5 years, from 13th of October 1999 to 22nd of May 2004.
Atal Bihari Vajpayee was born on 25th December 1924 in Gwalior, Madhya Pradesh, to a middle-class Brahmin family of Sri Krishna Bihari Vajpayee and Srimati Krishna Devi. Pandit Shyamlal Vajpayee, the grandfather of Atal Bihari Vajpayee, had migrated to Gwalior from the ancestral village Bateshwar in Uttar Pradesh. His father was a schoolmaster and a poet. Atal Bihari Vajpayee completed his schooling from the Saraswati Shishu Mandir, Gorki in Gwalior. He completed his graduation in Hindi, Sanskrit and English from Victoria College in Gwalior, now known as Lakshmi Bai College. Thereafter, he studied in DAV College, Kanpur and completed his MA in Political Science with a first-class degree. He was fondly called Babji by his close relatives and friends. He remained single for his entire life and later adopted a daughter named Namita. He loved Indian music and dance. Atal Bihari Vajpayee was a nature lover, and Manali in Himachal Pradesh was one of his favorite retreats.
His first encounter with politics occurred in August 1942 during the time of Quit India movement. Vajpayee and his elder brother, Prem, faced arrest for 23 days. He joined the Bharatiya Janata Sangh in 1951 when it was newly formed, and subsequently was motivated by the party leader Shri Shyama Prasad Mukherjee. Vajpayee was with Shri Shyama Prasad Mukherjee when the latter observed a fast until death in Kashmir in 1951 against the inferior treatment shown towards non-Kashmiri visitors. During this strike, Shri Shyama Prasad Mukherjee died in prison. Vajpayee studied law for some time, but left his course as he was more inclined towards journalism. This selection might have been influenced due to the fact that he had been an activist in India's freedom struggle since his student life. He served as an editor to publications like Panchajana, a Hindi weekly, Rashdharma, a Hindi monthly, and dailies like Veer Arjun and Swadesh. In 1951, he was one of the founder members of Bharatiya Janata Sangh.
In 1957, he was elected as a member of the 2nd Lok Sabha. From 1957 to 1977, he was a leader of the Bharatiya Janata Sangh in the parliament. In 1962, he became a member of the Rajya Sabha. From 1966 to 1967, he was the chairman of the government assurances. In 1967, he was elected as a member on the 4th Lok Sabha for the 2nd term. From 1967 to 1970, he remained the chairman of the Committee on Public Accounts. From 1968 to 1973, as the president of the Bharatiya Janata Party. In 1971, he was elected as a member of the 5th Lok Sabha for the 3rd term. In 1977, he was elected as a member of the 6th Lok Sabha for the 4th term. From 1977 to 1979, he was the Union Cabinet Minister of External Affairs. From 1977 to 1980, he was one of the founders of the Janata Party. In 1980, he was elected as a member of the 7th Lok Sabha for the 5th term. From 1980 to 1986, he was the president of the Bharatiya Janata Party. From 1980 to 1984, in 1986, and from 1993 to 1996, he was the leader of the Bharatiya Janata Party in the parliament.
In 1999, he was elected as the member of the 13th Lok Sabha for the 9th term. From 13 October 1999 to 13 May 2004, he served as the Prime Minister of India. He was also in charge of the ministers and departments that were not specifically allotted to any minister. 5 underground nuclear tests were conducted in May 1998 in the deserts of Pokhran in Rajasthan. During late 1998 and early 1999, Atal Bihari Vajpayee initiated a diplomatic peace process with Pakistan, aimed at resolving the decades-old Kashmir dispute and several other conflicts. The historic Delhi-Lahore bus service was inaugurated in February 1999. Infiltration of militants and non-uniformed soldiers of Pakistan in the Kashmir Valley and the subsequent capture of border hilltops and posts centering the town of Kargil was well handled. Operation Vijay was launched by the Indian Army, which was successful in pushing back the Northern Light Infantry soldiers and Pakistani militants, recapturing around 70% of the territory.
In December 1999, India faced a crisis when the Indian Airlines flight IC-814 was hijacked by 5 terrorists and flown to Afghanistan. They demanded the release of some terrorists in return, including Maulana Azhar. The government, under extreme pressure, had to send Jaswant Singh, the then Minister of External Affairs, with the terrorists in Taliban-ruled Afghanistan to get a safe passage for the passengers. The government led by Vajpayee introduces several infrastructural and economical reforms, encouraged investment for private and foreign sectors, and stimulated research and development. The then American President Bill Clinton visited India in March 2000, which was the first visit by a US President to India in 22 years. In an attempt to break the ice, once again, Vajpayee invited the President of Pakistan, Pervez Musharraf, for a joint summit in Delhi and Agra, although the peace talks failed to attain the breakthrough.
The parliament faced a terrorist attack on 13 December 2001, which was successfully handled by the security forces who gunned down the terrorists. The terrorists were later found out to be the nationals of Pakistan. His government passed the Prevention of Terrorism Act. The country's GDP grew at record levels, surpassing 6 to 7%. During his tenure as the PM, the international image of the country improved with the modernization of industrial and public infrastructure, booming of IT industry, creation of new jobs, industrial expansion, and improved agriculture harvest.
The Vajpayee-led government was faced with 2 crises in mid-1999. The AIADMK had continually threatened to withdraw from the coalition, and national leaders repeatedly flew down from Delhi to Chennai to pacify the AIADMK chief J. Jayalalitha. However, in May 1999, the AIADMK did pull the plug on the NDA, and the Vajpayee administration was reduced to a caretaking status, pending first elections scheduled for October 1999.
Awards won by Atal Bihari Vajpayee. He received the Padma Vibhushan in 1992. He was bestowed with the Bharat Ratna Pandit Govind Ballabh Pant Award in 1994. He received the Best Parliamentarian Award in 1994. He was given the Lokmanya Tilak Award in 1994. He was honored with India's highest civilian award, the Bharat Ratna, in 2015. He was conferred Bangladesh Liberation War Honor Award on 7 June 2015 by the government of Bangladesh.
In his words, गीत नया गाता हूँ, टूटे हुए तारों से फूटे बसंती स्वर, पत्थर की छाती में उठ आया नवंकुर, झरे सब पीले पात, कोयल की कूक रात, प्राची में अरुणिमा की रेख देख पाता हूँ, गीत नया गाता हूँ, टूटे हुए सपनों की सुने कौन सिसकी, अंतर की चीर व्यथा पलकों पर ठिठकी, हार नहीं मानूंगा, रार नहीं ठानूंगा, काल के कपाल पर लिखता हूँ मिटाता हूँ, गीत नया गाता हूँ, गीत नया गाता हूँ.
Now we conclude the assembly with a short presentation.
सपने की सुने कौन सी सिटी, अंतर को चीर तथा पलकों पर ठिठकी, हार नहीं मानूंगा राग नहीं ठानूंगा, काल के कपाल पर लिखता जाता हूँ गीत नया गाता हूँ, गीत नया गाता हूँ।
और जब मैं विदेश मंत्री बन गया तो एक दिन मैंने देखा कि गलियारे में टंगा हुआ नेहरू जी का फोटो का है। मैंने कहा ये चित्र कहाँ गया? कोई उत्तर नहीं दिया। वो चित्र वहां फिर से लगा दिया गया। चर्चा में गंभीर रूप से उभरकर सामने आती थी। मैंने एक बार पंडित जी से कह दिया था कि आपका एक मिला जुला व्यक्तित्व है और आप में चर्चिल भी है और चैम्बरलेन भी है। वो नाराज नहीं हुए। शाम को किसी बैंक्वेट में मुलाकात हो गई और उन्होंने कहा आज तो बड़ा जोरदार भाषण दिया और हंसते हुए चले गए। आजकल ऐसी आलोचना करना दुश्मनी को दावत देना।
चलेगा, पूरा निकलेगा, कमल खिलेगा।
हम अपने देश की सेवा के कार्य में जुटे रहेंगे। हम संख्या बल के सामने सर झुकाते हैं और आपको विश्वास दिलाते हैं कि जो कार्य हम अपने हाथ में लिया है वो जब तक राष्ट्रीय उद्देश्य पूरा नहीं कर लेंगे तब तक विश्राम से नहीं बैठेंगे, तब तक आराम से नहीं बैठेंगे। मैं अपना त्याग पत्र राष्ट्रपति महोदय को देने जा रहा हूँ। देशवासी के मन में, हर लोकतंत्र प्रेमी के मन में ये सवाल उठना होगा, उठना चाहिए कि आखिर देश राजनीतिक अस्थिरता के भंवर में क्यों फंस गया। ये सिलसिला जैसा मैंने कहा बंद होना चाहिए। हम आशा करते थे कि चुनाव के बाद दो टूट फैसला होगा। ये ठीक है कि अगर आप जनादेश किसी के पक्ष में है तो भारतीय जनता पार्टी और उसके मित्र दलों के पक्ष में।
Today at 15:45 hours, India conducted 3 underground nuclear tests in the Pokhran range. I warmly congratulate the scientists and engineers who have carried out these successful tests. इंसान कार्य की भूमि को पूरी तरह से खाली करके नहीं जाता, किसी तरह की बात की संभव नहीं। I'm glad that President Sharma extended his hand of friendship to me. I have shaken his hand in your presence. Now President Musharraf must follow this gesture by not permitting any activity in Pakistan or any territory in its control today which enables terrorists to perpetrate mindless violence in India.
Very good morning to all of you. We'd like to thank NAINITAL who have not only paid a fitting tribute to our former Prime Minister, but has also through the morning assembly walked us through in a very short span of time his entire life, achievements, contribution, and the impact that he had not only on the political front but as a human being as well. So today, let us also be inspired from our former Prime Minister. You saw in the last photographs the visit to our very own school. When he landed, as you have seen many helicopters land earlier on the first field. And if you ever noticed carefully, those of you that may use the biology lab more frequently or go out there for practice, you'll notice the steps that go from the quadrangle to the brothers' kitchen side or the staff dining hall. You'll find those steps are hardly 6-inch steps. And they were made at that time when then Atal Bihari Vajpayee ji had landed here and he visited, and he had just had a knee operation about 2 or 3 months before that, and it was on a special request that those steps, the smaller 6-inch steps were made that would enable Vajpayee ji to climb easily without straining the knee that was operated on. And you saw what is now presently the senior lady staff room is where he was hosted. At that time, of course, we had Mr. Paul here, and as you saw in the photograph as well, one of our older brothers was there, Brother Mare, who were there, who welcomed him, hosted him, and he wrote back a very lovely letter after that, thanking the school for their warmth and their hospitality. So let us be inspired today from the life of our former Prime Minister. So thank you to NAINITAL, to the class teacher, Mr. Nagpal. Thank you.
Please rise for the college anthem.